Nagbabalik ang PTV Sports. Teammates, may kasama tayong Pinoy superhero sa real life, si Mark Mugen Striegl. Bilang Sambist Athlete at Physical Asia contender, tumagal siya ng mahigit 2 oras sa nakahang sa ere. Kaya ngayong live, hihingin natin ang kanyang secret kung paano niya kinaya ang challenge at pressure. Welcome to the show, Mark.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here. Thank you.
I'm sure that you've been busy, and Physical Asia is one of my favorite shows.
Thanks
Been
for watching.
that. So please do describe your experience with Physical Asia and what was the most challenging part for you?
I mean, the whole experience was just such an adventure. You know, we shot in Korea, in Seoul, Korea, and yeah, just an amazing once-in-a-lifetime experience. And for me, the most challenging part, well, definitely there's so much strategy involved, and you really have to work together. But for me, the hardest challenge was probably the ball wrestling challenge against Sunny from Thailand. Just because that was so brutal and really exhausting.
Right. Yeah. But I'm just curious, how was the team selected?
They reached out to us. So when they, actually it's funny, when they first contacted me, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a scam, actually. You know, and then when I started chatting with them via Zoom, I was like, oh my gosh, this is real. Like, okay, all right, game on, let's go.
So Korea was the one who selected?
Yes, yes. So they reached out to all the contestants and formed the teams.
And how does it feel to be one of the players?
Oh, it was a huge honor, and of course a ton of pressure. It was funny when I saw that Manny Pacquiao was on our team. I couldn't believe it, yeah. and of course, you know, the pressure came with that. But yeah, definitely a huge honor.
Yeah, I saw their faces when Manny Pacquiao was like walking.
It was the highlight of the day, actually.
Yes,
like
yes.
Everybody, no matter what country you came from, they were all amazed with Manny Pacquiao.
All the seasoned athletes and world-class athletes from all the different countries. When he came in, you know, all their eyes lit up because he's a legend, of course.
Yeah. But what was going through your mind when you were suspended in the air for 2 hours?
Honestly, I was just trying to slow down. Well, no, not slow down time, because that would make it even longer. Just trying to relax and be one with the ropes and just like calm my mind and my heart rate and keep everything slow and steady, because I knew it would be, you know, that kind of challenge is really just like a mental game and about muscle endurance and pain tolerance. So I was just trying to slow it all down and, you know, just try my best to win.
Was there a strategy there? I see like most of the athletes there was crossing their legs initially.
Yes, yeah. So I noticed one of the contestants crossed her legs, so I copied that right away. And the funny thing is, we're all looking at each other, trying to like size each other up, like, because we could hear, basically the way it was framed was everyone was behind us, all of our teammates were behind us, but we're staring off into this like black abyss.
Right.
You know, so there's nothing in front of us but like black abyss and like cameras, but all the cameras are hidden. So, you know, I mean, you're just looking into the black abyss, and you know, you look to them to see how they're doing, and then back into the abyss, and you could hear all the teammates behind like cheering for you, or talking trash, you know, if it's from the other teams. So it was, yeah, it was a grueling challenge.
Just imagine 2 hours. I can't imagine staying for like stationary for 2 hours. Now you train in multiple disciplines: sambo, wrestling, aikido, taekwondo, and mixed martial arts.
Yes.
How have these sports helped you in Physical Asia, and do you think you have an advantage?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on the challenge, right? Because especially with this team format, you know, there are rules for every single person, and that's where there's so much strategy that's involved in, you know, where to put your players for every single challenge. But yeah, I've been doing sports my whole life. I started wrestling when I was, you know, 7 or 8 years old, and I've been doing martial arts and different sports my whole life. So definitely, you know, I have a high level of fitness, and I think just being committed to sports and making it part of my lifestyle, you know, helped me for the show. And being a martial artist definitely helped me for the show, because I pride myself on having a mental toughness that comes from years of wrestling and grinding with sambo and wrestling. So I was able to bring that to the show.
Right.
But speaking of which, how did you prepare physically and mentally?
Yeah, I prepared like it was for a fight, actually. I prepared for like it was for an MMA fight. So I just did really hard strength and conditioning. I didn't spar, of course, because I knew it wasn't a fight show. But I did really hard strength and conditioning leading up to traveling to Korea. And yeah, I guess that's where the nerves kick in too, because you don't know what the challenges are, right? Until you get there, until you walk out onto set. With a fight, you know who you're fighting. and you can prepare and study their techniques and like make game plans. But for this
Right.
type of format, you have no idea. You just walk onto set and you see the challenge and you're like, all right, here we go. So that was the part that made me a little bit nervous, but really, I just brought my best shape and just tried to do my best.
Yeah. Did you train as a team prior to the physical?
No, we all met in Korea actually.
Oh, that's
we all
tough.
just met in Korea, so that was the tricky part. But I knew Justin Hernandez before that. He's the only guy that I met before that. We worked out together years ago.
Right.
But how was your relationship when you guys went together?
Good, yeah, good vibes. All Team Philippines, we all got along well. Everyone clicked, and we knew that we're working together, and we're trying to in it to win it. And even all the other athletes from the other countries, everyone's a good sport. I think because there's such a high level of competitors and athletes that there's really a lot of respect and just good sportsmanship overall.
Right. Like everybody who competed in Physical Asia are elite athletes.
Yes.
Being exposed with them, did it change your training style or mindset
After the show?
After being exposed with them?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've always trained pretty hard and always, trained a certain way. Because I turned professional in MMA in 2009, so I've been at this game for a long time. But definitely, working, competing against these other elite athletes definitely motivated me more and inspired me to continue pushing.
Now there was this particular challenge, the first challenge, the territorial conquest. I'm quite curious, was that really your strategy, and were you satisfied with the team's game plan?
Yeah, I mean, that was tricky, and that was Justin Coveney's strategy, the Jeepney Blitz.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's really the best strategy given our size, because we couldn't compete against countries like Turkey in that particular challenge. We couldn't compete against countries like Turkey or Australia just because they're so much bigger than us, right? So for that particular challenge, the best strategy really was the Jeepney Blitz, which was to wind down the clock and then just find our way in and stay there when the clock ran out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but speaking of challenge, what's the easiest and the hardest challenge?
There's no easy challenges on Physical Asia. Yeah, there's no easy challenges. The hardest one was definitely the ball wrestling match with Sonny, just because he's so big, and I had to really push to the limit in that one. The hanging match was in a close second, just because it was just a mind game, just really painful and grueling for 2 hours 45 minutes.
Australia came off very strong. Did it intimidate the entire team initially?
Yeah, I think initially, just because of their size, I think they were the biggest physically. They had the biggest combined weight physically out of all the different countries. And I remember seeing them in the dining hall when we first met, and I'm like, oh, UFC, ex-UFC champion Robert Whittaker's their captain. I'm like, all right, that's cool. All right, let's do this.
How did Manny Pacquiao motivated the entire team? He was the team captain of the team.
Yeah, I mean, Manny's a legend, 8-time world champion, and just a great guy to hang around and to be on set with. And he was giving us tips about diet and nutrition, and just how to have longevity in sport.
With your entire experience in Physical Asia, what are your takeaways? Any learning experience in that?
Yeah, I think just to keep pushing, and that I'm 37 years old now, and I'm still feeling strong, and just to keep myself healthy, just like Manny and some of these other athletes on the show. I think that's one of my biggest takeaways, that I can keep pushing, and that definitely inspired by the other athletes on the show.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of takeaways, what do you have any new goals?
New goals? I want to win some sambo titles. We have the Asian Oceania Sambo Championships, which we're hosting here in Manila next year. So I'm looking forward to that and competing in that. And I'll probably go back to another MMA fight, maybe towards the later half of next year.
Do you see? I mean, you have a lot of sporting disciplines, as I said a while ago. Do you plan on branching out to another sport?
I was thinking about doing high rocks. Actually, that's
I knew it.
Yeah, that's an interesting sport. Yeah, I think I could do okay with the muscle endurance required in that. So, yeah, I've been thinking about high rocks, especially. I've been seeing it all over my feet these days. So
I think that's
yeah,
very
I might do
popular
that.
right now.
Yeah, it's getting quite popular.
And I
so.
think, for a high rocks athlete, that would be very beneficial for Physical Asia.
Yes.
Now, given a chance to select athletes for the next season, top athletes for you to consider?
For me, Chino C. He's one of my Sambo teammates. He's the heavyweight on our team. I think he'd do a great job. He's Sambo champion, judo champion, UAP judo champion at UST. Other athletes. I think EJ Obiena could be good. He's he's an explosive, fast runner, and he has the length and the height. Sometimes with the show, really you do need the size and the frame, right?
Exactly.
And we have countries like Australia and Korea; they're all quite tall. So I think he could also be good.
That's a nice choice, actually. But another question for me: how does it feel to be, like, for example, watching yourself in a Netflix movie? How does it feel to be there?
To be there, to be watching it, or to be there.
Yeah, to be watching yourself
Watching
in the
myself.
Netflix movie.
Oh, it's surreal, honestly, because I was such a big fan of the first two seasons of Physical 100, seasons 1 and 2, and that's why when they reached out to me, I really thought it was a joke. I thought it was a scam. I'm like, no, this can't be real. Physical Asia, what's this? Like they're changing the format, and then when I had the interview with them, I was like, oh my gosh, this is real. So yeah, just a surreal experience overall, and yeah, awesome.
But as an athlete, what is your proudest moment for you?
Overall, in all of
Overall,
sport,
yeah.
everything. I mean, Physical Asia is definitely up there because it was such an amazing experience and honor to represent the Philippines. MMA, there's quite a few fights there that I'm proud of. Probably winning the URCC title against Do Yum Lee, that was a big one. Beating Harris Sarmiento at Araneta in PXC, and winning the SEA Games gold medal at the 2019 SEA Games for Combat Sambo. That's another one.
Remember James?
Yes.
How
James
is
from
James?
the show?
Yeah, she's very blunt about having a crush on you. I mean, did he reach out and
Actually, we've
collaborate?
We've kept in touch. Actually, he's a good guy. He's so funny and super charismatic and hilarious guy. Yeah.
Future collaboration, maybe?
Not yet, but we might have something in store. So stay tuned for that.
I believe so many people admires you. So what advice would you give to our young athletes wanting to try obstacle race?
Yeah, just keep training hard. My goal ever since I started sport is just to get a little bit better every single day. And there are days that are definitely not as motivated, but to just keep pushing and look to get a little bit better every single day.
Now, Mark, do you have any plans to participate in other international competitions or sporting events in the future?
Yeah, I think high rocks would be interesting. Definitely more Sambo competitions with the Philippine team. I mean, we are hosting the Asian Oceania Games next year, but I like to keep traveling with the Philippine team and going to other foreign countries. I think that's so much fun. We went to Uzbekistan a few months ago to compete, and I just like traveling and exploring new cultures, and of course competing with my teammates.
So much to look forward to. I already asked this question for you. Who's your next Physical Asia Philippine athletes?
Yeah, I think Chino C would be a great addition, my teammate, and also EJ Obiena.
Yeah.
G. Obiena, pole vaulter.
Yeah, explosive guy.
Athletics,
Yeah.
And the height, he has the height.
Yes.
All right. Eto, teammates. Thank you so much, Mark.
Thank you.
For
Thanks
being
for
with
having
us.
me.
I mean,
Thank you.
it's such a pleasure.
Thank you.
Samantala, teammates, 17 days na lang at Pasko na.
What's your wish this coming Christmas? It's just 17 days.
Yeah, it is coming up. I wish this coming Christmas a nice vacation with my family and some downtime, and a few beers and some good food.
Oh, good food and beers.
Yes.
As an
Correct.
athlete, you
Agree.
also have these cheat days.
Of course, yeah. You can't redline and stay clean, all the time forever. So, I like to unwind and have all you can eat Korean barbecue and stuff. But I'm good the next day to balance it out. It's all
Right.
about balance. So.
So after the holidays, back to workout and training.
Yes, definitely. Actually, through the holidays. I'll continue working out through the holidays, but my calorie intake will definitely shoot up.
Thank you
Thank you so much, Mark.